Let me ask you something. Is power always equated with might? In today's day and age, power isn't only about economic prowess or military might. It's softer, more about influence, attraction, and the ability to mold international relations without force. This is the essence of soft power, a concept that has redefined how nations interact on a global scale. Soft power represents the subtle art of persuasion, where using culture, tradition, political values, and foreign policy, nations aim to win over the hearts and loyalties of other countries. Let's think about American pop culture as an example. From Hollywood movies to global music icons, its impact has been worldwide. How many of you here know of a K pop fan or are yourselves K pop fans? South Korean K pop and K dramas aren't just a taste of South Korean culture. These are strategic tools that have helped shape international relations in ways that, though unorthodox, are impactful nevertheless. So, what exactly is hard power then? Historically speaking, hard power has dominated global politics. This would be political coercion, economic bans, military might. However, with globalization, the drawbacks of hard power have become increasingly evident. Wars and economic blockades could lead to resentment, resistance, and often long term instability. Introducing soft power. Soft power has taken center stage in global politics. And countries like the United States have mastered this by exporting cultural products that resonate with global audiences. Hollywood movies, fast food chains, fashion brands have created the image of the ideal American lifestyle that most of us aspire to, even if we may not fully agree with US policies. And this creates a sense of voluntary alignment with the values and ideals being promoted. Soft power is based on three pillars: political values, military force, foreign policy, but most importantly, and the fourth one would be culture. Culture is the most important one as it encompasses everything from food and eating habits to movies and music. Nations that have widely admired cultures can often garner attraction and respect from other countries. For instance, Japan, with its cultural exports being anime and tech, these have significantly boosted its global standing, making it a desirable partner for international collaborations. Another key component of soft power would be political values. Nations that are able to engage with other countries diplomatically, provide humanitarian support, and even take charge while solving global issues, all of these countries have better global standings. Countries that have strong values of democracy, human rights, tend to attract the admiration and support of other countries. And an example of this would be the European Union. By presenting itself as a moral entity on issues like human rights and climate change, it's got soft power down. All in all, soft power is a vital tool for today's nations to interact. It shapes international relations and perceptions in ways that hard power just does not parallel. One of the most important outcomes of soft power would be diplomatic influence. Nations that have strong soft power are able to open doors to negotiations and are able to foster long term alliances based on mutual respect and shared values. And in this regard, I think India has done it right. With our EA Minister S. Jaishankar's strategic diplomacy and clear articulation of India's global standing. And it's actually because of watching his speeches and interviews that I was inspired to select this topic. In his speech at the International Institute for Strategic Studies, he described India's foreign policy as being one that focused on building diplomatic relations through methods like developmental aid or infrastructure initiatives. He stressed the point that collective action and collaboration are vital to building global peace and prosperity. Now, this led me to think, could any of the wars happening currently be remedied by soft power? Let's look at the Israel Palestine conflict, for example. Though the path to peace is undoubtedly and undeniably complex, soft power can yield more long term results based in shared humanity and interests rather than conflict or coercion. However, soft power is not without its own demerits. It can be quite fragile due to its dependency on the consistent promotion of a positive image. Additionally, the lack of control over cultural exports could be another issue. So, though a nation may aim to promote a certain message through its media and values, people abroad may perceive these messages differently. They could even be critical towards them. Soft power also often lacks immediacy in terms of achieving tangible outcomes. So, unlike hard power, which is able to yield immediate results through methods like sanctions, soft power depends on building up influence, which is often a slower process. And lastly, soft power can cause backlash. Countries could feel overwhelmed by another nation's soft power, and this could lead to resentment within the people. Take, for example, the proliferation of Western culture in certain areas has led people to perceive these cultural exchanges as cultural invasions. So, what would you prefer? Hard power or soft power? I think a balance would be best. In today's day and age, soft power is a vital tool for nations to interact and solve problems together. But it works alongside hard power by offering a more subtle, more attractive approach to diplomacy and international relations. In essence, the message that I would like for all of you to take away is that soft power offers nations a more constructive, more sustainable method of interacting. But you may ask me, why does this matter to the average person? And that's because the choices that our governments make on a global stage impact every single facet of our day to day lives, whether that's the stability of the economy, to cultural exchanges, to international collaborations. Soft power offers nations, again, a more subtle approach, more attractive, more sustainable approach. To conclude, soft power's ability to inspire collaboration, to mold perceptions, and to foster global prosperity makes it an indispensable tool for today's interconnected world. By prioritizing dialogue over discord, influence over imposition, and collaboration over coercion, it allows nations to solve issues more efficiently. In today's world, where collective action and collaboration are of utmost importance, soft power not only shapes or molds perceptions, it paves a path for a world defined by mutual understanding, respect, and shared progress.